guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing a get ready with me. I initially started this off as a no makeup look, but as you can tell, she's glam. This is my natural everyday makeup, which might be a lot for some people, but when I just want to feel good, look put together, have my makeup done, but not a full going out look, this is what I'll do. It's mostly about the skin, so I'm gonna be showing you how I get this super dewy, contoured, amazing foundation. It is what I've been living by lately. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. So it's really important to have a good base for a no makeup look. Honestly, every time you do your foundation, I think that it's an extremely important step. I have kind of dry skin, so I definitely like to use an oil before. First, I'm gonna put some treatment on my lips because they're a little bit dry. So this is the Bite Beauty Agave. It's nighttime lip therapy, but I'm just gonna use it now because it's gonna be super thick. This is the Mario Badescu Hyaluronic Dewdrops. I just started using this once I found out about this technique of prepping your skin. So far, so good, so I'm gonna continue doing it. I would recommend it. So I just put a little bit on my skin first. So the next step is the oil. Putting an oil on my skin before my foundation works for me. I think it depends on the kind of oil. Sometimes it will be too much or change the texture of the foundation, but the one that I'm really liking that's been working very well for me, I'm like literally almost out of it. This is the Biossance Squalane plus vitamin C rose oil. So then I'm gonna just put that on my skin. Then the next prep step is sunscreen or SPF. So this one is from Supergoop. They are the best. Not sure why they are the best, but they are super cute. The packaging's cute, love the brand. So I have been so bad about wearing sunscreen. I don't really go outside that much. So I'm glad that I figured out this routine that includes SPF because it is obviously very important. If you guys have any recommendations on what kind of oils and primers you like, let me know down below because this one works for me, but I feel like there could be even better combos that just really prep your skin amazing. But as you can tell, like my skin looks so juicy and glowy, and that's amazing because if we're putting a bunch of product on it or we're powdering, you want to still have that dewy glow look. At least I do. So now for the star of the show, the foundation I'm gonna be using is the Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever foundation. I'm so excited to be working with Sephora Collection. Just wanna give them a little thank you for sponsoring this video. I'm so excited to share with you this new foundation. So I've been using it for a little bit, but I'm still kind of new to it, but I've literally been loving it, and everything that I've heard about this is amazing, and I'm really excited to now have an array of these. So here's what it looks like, and the brush that is made specifically for it. So let's talk about this foundation. My color is 14P. There are 50 shades of this foundation, so there's quite an array. And if you're having trouble finding out your color or your best match, look on Sephora's Best Skin Ever foundation page on Sephora.com, and it will give you tips and tricks on how to find the perfect match. So this is the Sephora Collection Makeup Match Foundation Brush. This was made specifically for this foundation, so we're gonna see how this goes on. I've been using the foundation. I haven't used this brush yet, so I'm very excited. Oh my gosh. Wow. What I love about this foundation is it feels like your skin. Seriously, it doesn't feel cakey, and for this no makeup look, I definitely want a glowy natural finish, so this foundation is perfect for this. Like, look at that, it's just blending in. But I also like that I've used this and built up the coverage. This is somewhere in between a full coverage foundation and a tinted moisturizer, which is right up my alley because then it's like you only need one kind of foundation. You can build this for more coverage if you want, but also you can just really go for the natural look. I still love a beat face, so this foundation is just the perfect It's just the perfect match for this look. If you're scared of full coverage foundation, but you wanna step it up from your normal tinted moisturizer or your BB cream, like this is it. So I hope this is picking up on camera as good as it is in person, but this is so glowy and natural looking, and it's only $20. So the amount of expensive foundations I bought, and then you can just get this for $20, like high quality products don't need to be expensive. Sephora Collection's got you. I just really, really love how this foundation is not looking like foundation, but it's giving me all of the coverage that I'm looking for. Don't forget to blend down your neck. And this brush retails for $16. I'm gonna use this on top of my eyelids too to prep them. I was a little bit nervous about how well this brush would work for getting in the crevices and like really blending it out. I usually have to use a sponge. It's really doing the job. And an extra plus, the bottle is made with 30% recycled glass. So we love a sustainable foundation. All right, so new favorite foundation. We love it. Make sure to go check it out at Sephora. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really, really loving this. I'm impressed. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to concealer. I am someone that likes to do the full sculpting of my face. I think that's what really makes a difference in like a no makeup look. My no makeup look probably is a lot different than a lot of other people's. You know, if you're like me and you like to do a full face of makeup, this is how you can achieve it with it looking really nice and natural, but still getting the appearance you want. So I'm gonna take this Hourglass concealer. I kind of like to do a darker concealer underneath my eyes and like all the spots that I want to highlight first, and then I'll go in with a brightening one. I also like to put the concealer around my mouth like this and my nose, just because natural indentation, I guess. Just like to highlight that and then carve out my cheeks. So now I'm gonna go in with the Kevyn Aucoin, the Sensual Skin Enhancer. I never know the name of this, but this is my favorite ever. I swear I will never let this go. I know I'm gonna be roasted for this being my no makeup look, but if you're a makeup lover like me, you must be because you're watching this video, you'll get it. I'm gonna take this lighter concealer and really use this to sculpt out and highlight all the spots on my face that I want to. So covering up dark circles, I'm putting it close to my nose because this helps out the contour a little bit of my nose. And then focusing on the outer corner to really lift the eye. And then I just start to blend it a little bit down, but focusing the highlighted parts and the brightest against the nose and inner corner, and then on the outer part of your eye right here. And then I'm gonna put some on my chin. Again, use this to sculpt out my cheekbones a little bit. Also, highlighting the corners of your mouth kind of lifts your face as well. Now we're gonna blend that out with a beauty blender, just so we could tap it in and keep all of the coverage there. I make sure to blend this contour line down to keep it sharp, and then I try to lift underneath my eye up. I think when you use all cream products first, it helps with the natural looking skin, and it gives you a little bit more control with the blending. If I were to just go straight in with some like bronzer, it would just stick on my face and it would be a little bit harder to blend than if I'm using a cream. So I'm using this YSL one. So this is a stick foundation and I'm using this darker color. I just use this angled brush like this. This one's from Rare Beauty. And then I kind of put this in the hollows of my cheeks. I like a really sharp, dramatic contour, but also you don't want to have just a straight line or it look like you're wearing a bunch of bronzer. So the trick that I learned and I always use is just to focus it as much as you can in the very back and to your hairline. I'm also going to put this on my forehead right about here. I don't necessarily contour my forehead to make it smaller, but I just think that overall, like, the face should be shadowed. Now I'm gonna take a smaller brush and I'm going to contour my nose. I guess you could just see right here on my nose. And then I kind of pull it to the side like this. And then I will bring this like into my eye socket a little bit and just so it like blends into my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna just use a beauty blender to blend that out. I like to do a tapping motion just because if I'm like wiping or like blending in, kind of drag it out a little bit too far. So we want to keep it in the same spot, but just blend it. If you have a bomb skin moment, if your foundation and your base looks amazing, then you don't really need to be good at anything else. It's my little hack that I'm sharing with you guys. Just learn how to snatch your face and then maybe throw some eyelashes on your set. So look at this now, look at the skin. It looks like skin thanks to the foundation, and even though we did a lot of product, like, it still looks amazing, it still looks natural. All right, so now I'm gonna set it. I'm using the Huda Beauty Sugar Cookie Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on my beauty blender, and I always start next to my nose, and I just dab that in. And also what's really important about having a good base when you use these creams, it's like I'm setting with a lot of powder. So if I didn't prep my skin like that and I didn't use hydrating products, then I would look very, very matte and dry and I think cakey. And especially for me because I do have dry skin. The trend now is to not do this whole baking thing. I still love it. I still love it. Okay, once we are all caked up here, I'm gonna move on to powder bronzer. Okay, so I use this NARS Duo. So this has Laguna Bronzer and Orgasm Blush. This is a really, really great set, especially for traveling too, because this is like their best bronzer and their best blush in one. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this bronzer, like I said, closest to your hairline and all the way back here to make it look natural. Just like we did with this baking powder, we're gonna set where we put the contour before. Using the powder bronzer on top also sets the cream without having to put like translucent powder or powder foundation all over your face, which helps keep it glowy. Then I take a little fluffy brush like this and I go in with the bronzer, and then I contour my nose. I just set that contour as well. And then what I always like to do, it saves time with eye makeup and it makes it so you don't even really have to wear eye makeup, is just bringing this all the way through and out up here. It just looks like a natural shadow of your eye and makes everything blend together. So my next step is sparkly bronzer. This is what I always say when I teach my friends how to do their makeup and like what the secret to keeping it still glowy, even though I shared a lot of tips with you guys. I love sparkly bronzer. So after I use the matte bronzer to just contour and sculpt, do what it needs to do anyway, I like to go in with something that is a little bit shimmery. That way it can just all blend together. So this is Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini. I kind of just go crazy in here. I think this is perfect because there's a highlight, there's a shimmery bronzer, there's a blush, there's kind of like it's like a matte highlight. So if I kind of just go crazy in there, it looks really nice. So I'm gonna just show you. So I kind of just start with these colors. I avoid the blush a little bit just because I'm not sure what blush I want to actually use. And then using a stippling brush, I use a few different brushes, it depends on what I'm feeling, but I really like the stippling brush for this specific step. And this is the part where I start to kind of brush the bake off. I like to make it sharp first of all, and then you can go in and blend it out from there. So I'm just gonna go back in to this duo and I'm gonna use the Orgasm blush. And then I'm just using a blush brush and lightly brush this. I like to put my blush pretty high just so it lifts my face. I don't know if you guys have seen the trend before where they will have their blush go like all the way into their eyeshadow. I do a little like subtle hint to that. All right, now we're on to highlighter. I usually use this one from Jouer, which is the Molten Glow. This is a super like intense highlighter, but since we're doing a more natural look, I'm gonna go with the Pat McGrath Divine Rose Skin Fetish Ultra Glow Highlighter. This is a really cool color because in some lights it looks gold, in some lights it looks super pink. So all of the product I'm putting is like mostly back here because I want the attention to be pulled back. The hack for snatched face. I'll just go back in with any sort of blending or extra powder or extra concealer that I need, but it's looking pretty good, and I'm gonna move on to my eyebrows. So to start off, I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This color is in chocolate. So I'm just gonna fill in some gaps and have the strokes go up and out. Focusing on the tail of your brow first, I find for me is better, because sometimes if I start in the front, I end up with like super dark straight lines. So I'm just lightly filling this in. I like a laminated kind of brow, but also I don't like it too crazy. I'm so excited to show you guys this product because it's my new favorite thing. This is the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony. This is a little bit dark for me, but if I had my correct color, I could probably just use this alone on my brows every day and it would be perfect. This is like the strongest hold brow gel that I have seen in a minute. And just watch, guys. Like the way that the brush is just gives the perfect hair strokes for this fluffy, like brushed up, bushy, natural brow. This is my new favorite thing, other than the foundation. Seriously, that just like brought it to another level. Now, I'm not gonna do any eyeshadow really. I contoured already, and we have highlighter everywhere, a little bit of blush is blending into there. So keeping it a natural look and looking like you're not wearing like full on glam, but still feeling glam. I'm just gonna do some eyeliner. So this is the Marc Jacobs gel liner. This is my favorite ever. I go through these so quickly, but I'm just gonna tightline my eye. I'm just gonna put the eyeliner right here. That way it makes my lash line look fuller without having like visible eye makeup on. So I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes and put some mascara on. So we are going to be putting some fake eyelashes on today. The mascara that I'm using is this Lancome Lash Idol. I'm just gonna coat the few lashes I have first. And then the lashes I'm gonna use are these really pretty ones from Velour. I'm gonna put these on and come back to you because it's gonna be a whole process and I gotta get up in this mirror right now. So I pop the lashes on and I'm just gonna use some of this highlighter and put this in my inner corner and then go back in with my liner to just make this look a little bit more natural. Okay, for lips, I always do lip liner. This one is from Pat McGrath and this is in Suburbia. I always like to overline my lips. I usually just grab whatever lip liner is in front of me. I don't always like match it to the lipstick that I'm actually using. This is just because one, I'm lazy, and two, it's just kind of like a base for when your lipstick does come off, the liner will stick a little bit longer. And then our last step is to set it all in place because we spent so much time and effort on this beautiful, beautiful skin. So I'm gonna use the Professional Super Setter makeup spray. So there you go. This is my everyday natural makeup look. Lots of steps. It's all worth it because it's all in the skin. You know, like I didn't really do a bunch elsewhere, but the skin is the most important part. So that's where I put my time and love and effort into. And I really, really love how I do my skin now. And also thanks to the new foundation is amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you want to see from me next, and thanks for watching. Bye.